We are some 13,000 strong across the globe with Turner. We have broadcast facilities in Buenos Aires, in London, in Hong Kong, here in Atlanta, New York. From creative to technology to research to finance, just about every group within Turner Broadcasting collaborates over video. There are so many areas that we need to communicate real time and effectively real time in order to create product. You know, we do a lot of creative conversations from West Coast to New York to here in Atlanta. When you look at the amount of Polycom installed throughout our facilities worldwide, it's immense. Not only just this campus, and we've got an entertainment campus about a mile down the road, there are possibly 50 conference rooms or facilities that would have HD video conference as well as telepresence, and they are all booked and used.
More and more, the use of video conferencing via a multitude of forms, whether it be in a conference room setting, at a desktop layer, all of those things is expanding across all aspects of our business. And particularly in an environment where we've continued to expand both domestically and internationally, it's been important for all sorts of people to be able to work with their counterparties in other areas on a real-time basis. As we've gone forward in more challenging economic times, as we try to put more focus on controlling travel costs and those kinds of things, or if we look at just environmental impact of travel, those frankly are bonuses added to our essential need just to meet in a face-to-face environment, in a real-time environment.
Our top-level executives, they love that whole idea of not having to get on a plane and fly just to have a meeting because we need to have a face-to-face conversation and not a phone conversation. It saves a lot of money. HD made a huge difference because people were really able now to really view people on the other side and really see them. It's almost like looking through a window. And as we implemented it more and more, everyone wanted it and they wanted to be a part of it. And it also enhanced the relationships between locations with people because they trusted each other more and they saw each other. So now you have that look and feel.
We're very interested in just extending the use of person-to-person video conferencing in the place of traditional telephone calls. People being able to actually see each other live and talk face-to-face really in their offices in a very easy-to-use, inexpensive solution.
We've fully deployed Polycom over the years and continue to upgrade that experience with our user base. But it didn't stop us from really doing our homework and saying, what is the best product out there at this particular point in time? And the things that we saw with Polycom, the telepresence environment, the experience was much more robust and richer. As we stood up in the environment, you could actually see each other as you walked around the room, whereas some of the competitors, they kind of cut your head off, and it really didn't make itself conducive to a long, maybe an 8-hour meeting in a room. Just the spatial environment is incredible. The quality of the video is incredible, and then the full duplex and spatial stereo that existed within the Polycom was the best that we saw. The environment that exists now within the telepresence is pretty close to the real experience of being face-to-face with somebody that you can get. It's used by everyone in the corporation. It's not like we were out saying, hey, we've invested in this, you need to really use it now. I think it really just accentuated their meetings and made them so much more robust in being able to accomplish things where they didn't feel they could in the past. The pace at which it's being used and consumed across the world has increased, and as we built more offices worldwide, it really becomes important to link them back into kind of the mothership, if you want to say it, here at Turner Broadcasting here in Atlanta.
As we moved more into the telepresence world, there were a number of somewhat unique characteristics of Polycom's capabilities on the higher end that for a company like Turner we found very attractive, but also the ability to extend the use of telepresence and have it interconnect with our existing high-definition systems. And then even as we go into the desktop video conferencing world, the fact that we can bring these things all together with relative ease of use was critically important to us.
We looked at other models as well, and they were so proprietary, and they only worked with their systems, or there were other things you had to do to make it work, or you had to use their networks, whatever. It was just all the things that were more overhead than what we realized with Polycom. One thing we look at is a way to bring something in that our customers can use and operate themselves without a lot of intervention from the tech staff. And we didn't find that in looking at other gear with other manufacturers.
We explored quite a few systems before we settled on Polycom, and I think any advice for people installing this is stick with Polycom. They did an incredible job of hitting the mark.